There is a company now that is called Cambridge Crops that is working exactly on the scale up on the food coating and is looking at new opportunities that are silk-based to implement food coatings. So Cambridge Crops is a company that was co-founded by me, by Fiorenzo Manetto, who was my previous PI at Tufts, and by Livio Valenti, who is an entrepreneur in the Boston area who has a huge experience with silk, and by Adam Barents, who is a former postdoc in the Langers lab. And the four of us came together to start this company that is called Cambridge Crops because we saw the potential in the technology. And Adam, who is the CEO of the company, has an incredible experience, both a very strong scientifically background and a truly entrepreneurial spirit. And so now he's leading the effort in running the company. And what the company does is really finding at the beginning the best crop for which the silk coating works very well, and solutions to scale up the process. Because of course the token you need to pay when you're using structural biopolymers is that you might have a scale up issue. Okay, the fact that you cannot synthesize the material binds you to the fact that you need to source the raw materials from nature. So for example, if this comes from a particular part of the world, you need to get the material from there. But then the regeneration process of silk, that requires a lot of thinking, because one thing is of course making liters of silk in the lab, of silk in a liquid format in the lab, and one thing is producing hundreds or thousands of liters in a company, right? And that's also one of the challenge in using structural biopolymers for agriculture, is that we have very high volumes compared to biomedical applications. And generally the margin that you add are much smaller. So we need to be very careful in, for example, what kind of crop we're going to address and on the business plan that the company is developing. So there are several ways of thinking how Cambridge Crops can develop. The bigger competitor, if you like, is called Appeal, which is a company that came out from University of Santa Barbara. And what they do, so they're doing food coating. And what they do eventually, they are buying the produce, they're coating, and then they're selling back. And so, for example, now if you go to Costco and you buy an avocado, that's coated with their technology. So that could be a possible way of doing it. So the idea would be either we apply the coating in-house, so we buy the food, we apply the coating in-house, and then we sell it back. But I think what would make a lot of sense is a partnership with food industry. So this is what Cambridge Crops is doing. It's trying really to partner with food industry to showcase the technology so that they can try it, and if they like it, we simply give them the materials and they're going to apply it to their product. So in terms of the partnership that Cambridge Crops and my lab could be interested in, would be generally stakeholders in the food industry, but particularly I'm thinking at the whole supply chain. So we can go from company that process the food to company that eventually sell the food, so retailer store.